It was a rainy Tuesday morning. The kind that makes people rush past each other, heads down, shoulders up, desperate to avoid the cold drizzle. But inside Millie's diner, things were warm, thanks mostly to Ella, a 26-year-old waitress with a tired smile and a heart that never seemed to run out of kindness. Ella had worked at the diner for nearly 5 years. Life hadn't been fair to her. Her mother had passed away when she was 16, her father left shortly after, and she'd been raising her younger brother ever since. She'd put her dreams of college on hold, taking double shifts just to keep the lights on and food in the fridge. Yet, somehow, she still managed to smile at every customer as if they were the highlight of her day. That morning, an old man walked into the diner. He was soaked, his gray hair matted under a cap, his clothes worn and mismatched. He didn't look like he belonged in a cozy place like Millie's, he looked like life had chewed him up and spit him back out. Ella noticed him immediately. He chose a booth in the far corner, near the window where the rain tapped quietly. She approached him gently. "Good morning, sir. Coffee to warm you up?" He nodded but didn't say much. His eyes were distant, searching. She returned moments later with a steaming cup and set it in front of him. He reached into his coat pocket, then hesitated. His hand came up empty. "I'm sorry," he murmured. I thought I had a few dollars." "Guess not." Ella smiled softly, without pause. "It's okay. This one's on me." His eyes lifted to hers, gray and heavy with time. For a long moment, he just looked at her, as if seeing something deeper than her apron and tired eyes. Then he nodded and quietly said, "Thank you, young lady." He stayed for almost 2 hours. Ella checked on him often, topping off his coffee, offering a slice of pie, which he politely declined. She didn't hover, didn't pry. Just gave him space and warmth. When he finally stood to leave, he offered her a handshake. "You take care of yourself," he said with surprising sincerity. "There's more ahead for you than you know." She just laughed and wished him a good day. That was the last she thought of him, until everything changed. 3 weeks later, a sharply dressed man in a black suit entered the diner. He didn't order anything. Instead, he asked for Ella. She came out from behind the counter, nervous. "Are you Ella Hayes?" the man asked. "Yes, can I help you?" He handed her an envelope. "Mr. Leonard Whitmore asked me to deliver this to you personally." Her heart skipped. She knew that name. Everyone in the city did. Leonard Whitmore, billionaire investor, founder of Whitmore Industries. Rumored to be eccentric. Private. Recently widowed. Also rumored to be searching for a successor, not one groomed from the corporate world, but someone with heart. With trembling hands, she opened the envelope. Inside was a letter and a check. The letter read, "Dear Ella. When I walked into Millie's that rainy morning, I wasn't just looking for coffee. I was looking for character. I've spent decades building an empire, only to find that most people are only kind when the cameras are on them or when there's something to gain. You offered me warmth when you thought I had nothing. You treated me like a human when others would have ignored me. That act told me more about you than any resume ever could. I want you to come work for my foundation. I'll provide full tuition for you to study business or nonprofit management, whichever you choose. And I'll mentor you personally. You have the heart this world needs. It's time you had the wings to fly. Gratefully, Leonard Whitmore." The check was for $100,000, labeled as First-Year Education Fund and Relocation Support. Ella dropped to her knees, sobbing. Challenges they faced. Ella doubted herself. She worried she wasn't good enough, wasn't smart enough to be in a world of suits and success. She feared leaving her brother behind, but Leonard arranged support for him too, a private school scholarship and a part-time guardian. At Whitmore's foundation, Ella stumbled. She made mistakes. But Leonard never scolded, only guided, reminding her why she was chosen, not for perfection, but for compassion. Over time, Ella blossomed. She became director of community outreach, launching programs for struggling families and homeless youth. She poured into others what had once been poured into her, hope. Years later, after Leonard's passing, she was named CEO of the foundation. And every month, without fail, she'd visit a small local diner, tip the waitstaff generously, and pay for someone else's coffee. Because she never forgot that one rainy morning. The day a cup of coffee changed her life. Moral of the story: one small act of kindness can echo into a future you never imagined. Never underestimate the power of grace, especially when no one is watching.